Hi, everyone. Welcome to my amazing followers. I hope you're all good. Now, I just wanted to come on and speak about a few things. Um, speak about a few kind of upcoming things, really, where we're moving. But unfortunately, I have got to start off with a bit of a negative. I don't like doing negative. I try and do positive stuff, as most of you are hopefully more than aware. So the negative kind of stuff. What I've noticed now, I just want to point out this is aimed at no one in particular. This is my findings and what I'm seeing across the board. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of negativity, perhaps a lot of jealousy from the veterans community, not aimed particularly at myself, aimed across the board. Stuff I'm picking up on. I'm obviously in a lot of forums, a lot of groups, and I have a lot of engagement with the veterans community as you, I'm sure you'd imagine, doing a podcast that's aimed at the veterans community. But I have noticed there's a lot of backstabbing, a lot of bitchiness within the veterans community. Now, it's not just the veterans, it is everywhere. I have witnessed it and seen it in many, many kind of career paths, industries, all sorts of things. But I am noticing a lot of it in a minute. I don't know if that's because I'm kind of engaged a lot more or because I'm paying attention to it, but I don't understand it. I thought veterans and the veteran community was about supporting each other. There seems to be a lot of people that don't like it if your stuff's kind of getting successful, or um, they just kind of like to, I don't know, be negative about it, which is I find very odd. I'm the sort of person that I love to see people doing well. I love to see good people striving to create good things and bettering themselves. I think a lot of people do, a lot of veterans do as well. But unfortunately, I am noticing and picking up a lot of bitchiness, backstabbing. Um, yeah, just a lot of stuff across the social media platforms, which, again, not my style. There's a lot of fakeness out there. Now, for those that know me, will know that when I do this, this is how I am. When you meet me in person, I'm exactly the same. When I'm on the piss, I am exactly the same. When I'm at a job like the fire service, I'm exactly the same, pissing about, taking a mickey, having a laugh. Don't take things too seriously. And what you see is what you get. I say this all the time. That is the absolute truth. Okay. Those that know me will hopefully clarify that and say, yep, that is you exactly. I don't put on different faces when I'm around different people. Unfortunately, I get to see, again, a lot of that, people being a little bit two-faced with stuff. So again, this is not aimed at anyone in particular. There is lots and lots of sort of circumstances where I've witnessed this. So I wanted to get that out of the way first. Just to say, guys, we're here to help each other at the end of the day. Majority of us want to help each other. I'm here to support as many veteran run organizations as I can. I will help any veteran with anything. If you've got an issue, send me a problem. I will try and pass it on to someone that can help you. I've just done that recently with someone that was struggling. I've passed him on to an organization. Hopefully they're going to get that sorted. Um, that's what the whole reason was about getting the platform big to help people. So people can contact me and go, I've got this issue. Right. I'm issue. I understand like I had a kind of short tongue then. Who could contact me with issues, I can then reach out to the kind of following, to the community and say, look, this person's got this issue. Is there anyone that can help? That was always my big time kind of goal. Create a platform, help as many people as possible. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm striving to do. I make no bones about it. I am trying to run this as a business as well. Okay. Because nothing works without money or bringing an income. So I bring on income. Obviously, the best way I can running the podcast through views and sponsorship and all that kind of stuff. But the ultimate goal is to put it out there and help people. Okay, that's what I want to do. That's what I've always wanted to do. And more sort of lately as I've got older, I want to put something back. Genuinely how I feel about it, helping veterans, not just veterans, anyone that needs help. If I've got a platform, Just Giving, if someone's doing an event or someone's struggling, put out a Just Giving site. We can raise money, we can help. With, I don't know, 10,000 followers that I've got now on Facebook and 13,000 on Instagram, etc., etc. If every single person gave a quid or 50p, we're raising a lot of money for people that might need it and for good causes. So again, that was always the big plan. So, where are we heading and what sort of stuff we'll be doing? I have been kind of doing quite a bit of filming up with Veterans for Veterans, obviously sponsor of the podcast, talk about them quite a lot. They are doing some amazing stuff moving forward. Kind of supporting veterans run organizations, veterans run charities. Really, really good stuff. I'm glad to be a part of it. Number of amazing ambassadors. And it's kind of the stuff that we got coming up is really, really good. Really well filmed, very, very good production. And again, it's aimed at supporting veterans and raising awareness for veterans and various issues and stuff. So that's something exciting moving forward. For my podcast personally, I've had two very exciting, we'll say, team meetings with things to do with marketing and how we're pushing the podcast and where we're going with it. Very, very exciting conversations about what we could possibly do. I don't want to give too much information away, but where it could push and where it could end up. So that's sort of exciting stuff. As far as the guests goes, obviously the John Hunter podcast that went out on Sunday morning has gone down a treat, as I knew it would. I've been pestering John for a while to say, look, any man that spent decades in combat scenarios, that spent 19 years as a firefighter, 20, 30 years or 20 plus years working in Iraq and Afghanistan, as well as serving with the parachute regiment and be involved in the Falklands War, one hell of a story. What a gentleman, what a nice guy. I love his outlook. I love his no bullshit attitude. And I've tried to adopt a bit of his attitude. I remember him from old when we did convoys. I remember his no nonsense bullshit kind of attitude. I remember his professionalism. So back then he was one of many people that I encountered along my journey and looked up to and thought, if I'm going to be like anyone, I'm going to be like them. No shit, tough, but a gentleman, professional and fair. I think that's the best way you could describe John, but just what a guy. The podcast has gone down really well. We are up to the fire service aspect, just leaving the fire service, and then he's about to move into the private security industry where he's been involved in all sorts of stuff. So part 2 will be out potentially. I've still got a little bit of filming to do with John to finish off part 2, as we kind of got a little bit interrupted. So potentially in the next couple of weeks, part 2 will be out. So keep an eye out for that. I am potentially looking at putting out a podcast on Sunday with Rob Mailer, he's had an exceptional career. You might have seen the clip of him talking about the helicopter crash that he was involved in when he was in the Australian SAS. Now, Rob started off in the Royal Marines. In the UK Royal Marines. He's from sort of New Zealand way, I believe, came over to the UK, joined the Royal Marines. He then left the Royal Marines after several years, went back over, joined the Australian kind of paras, if you like, and then went on SAS selection for the Australian, served a number of years with the Australian SAS. He's got one hell of a story. He kind of works now I believe he works in the security industry. One hell of a story and what a journey. So look out for that one. I'm potentially going to be putting that one out on Sunday, I think. But yeah, there's lots of exciting stuff coming up, guys, and moving forward. I appreciate every single one of you that supports, follows, likes, shares the podcast. It means a lot to me. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do it. I am active now on kind of all the platforms, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, pushing it out there. And the views, the engagement is going up every month. Like I just shared, nearly 2 million views on Facebook alone in the last 30 days, which is phenomenal. Sort of 500,000 views on Instagram in 28 days. Sort of similar sort of numbers for TikTok and for YouTube as well. So and Spotify, Spotify numbers are increasing, and Apple and Amazon. So it's all good stuff. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to jump on. Obviously, I had to start the conversation with a bit of negative. Guys, just be nice, okay? Be nice out there. Treat people nicely. Don't slag people off behind the backs. And and just be fair, be nice. I see a lot of it and encounter a lot of people like, oh, such and such is a right knob, blah, blah, blah. And then he turns up and he's like, hey, mate, you're right. I'm very much, if I don't like you, I won't speak to you. And I think that's the best way to be. I'll make you aware, look, and I won't be aggressive about it. It'll be quite simple. We don't really get on. I don't see eye to eye to you, so let's just distance ourselves. It's probably the best way to be, rather than pretend to be okay with them and then literally go and slate them behind the back. Don't like that. Organizations like the fire service, the military, the close protection industry, the veterans community are full of that kind of stuff. And I hate it. Partly the reason I moved on from them, and I only probably did 6-7 years in all these organizations, obviously 12 years in the fire service. But it got to a point where I can't stand that kind of stuff. There's no need for it. Just be nice to people. It doesn't cost anything to be nice and help people when you can. Because you know what? If you're a nice person and you do good things for people, at some point in your life, you're going to need a leg up yourself. Okay? Everyone at some point will need a leg up. And if you've been a dick and you're a bit of an arse, people will remember that and they won't help you. However, if you're a good person, genuinely a good person, and you're happy to help people, give people the time of day, be a nice person, the chances are that if you need help, people will come and help you and support you. So that's what I'm going to say. Guys, just a quick update for bits and bobs. Like I say, what's going off. Keep an eye on the Veterans for Veterans channel on YouTube, Instagram. They have some great stuff coming up, some great filming stuff that I'm also part of as well, plus a lot of the ambassadors. So keep an eye on that. Trying to think what else there was. I'm just about to get back into the fitness again, but a bit of a kind of break from it. Number of reasons. I spoke quite openly about my fiance having a bit of a struggle with her mental health. So we've kind of been working on that together and pushing forward and trying to come up with solutions and counseling and stuff like that. So the fitness and a few other things have taken a bit of a backseat. Sometimes that happens in life. You know, things take priority, especially when it's close family members. But I'm trying to get back into the running, trying to get back into the fitness, and going to do, get back into it for summer, try and get rid of some of this, the wobble before summer. But no, guys, girls, I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Have a great weekend if I don't chat before. And yeah, thank you again for the support. It means a hell of a lot to me. Without you guys, nothing I'm doing would be possible, and getting the messages out there. And like I say, bigger picture, help as many people as we can with the platform. That is the plan. Anyone has any problems, they know how to reach me on social media. I will do my best to help them and point them into the right organizations if I can. One last final thing before I leave, before I go, last but not least, as you can see behind me, I had a carving done by Rob at Close Quarter Battle. Absolutely fantastic workmanship. It arrived a couple of weeks ago. I did a bit of an opening, unboxing of it, but it's up now. Pride of place in the studio. Go check out Close Quarter Battle. Rob does some amazing carvings. You can see it there. It's pride of place in the studio. He did me an old one that's now up in the studio in Manchester for when I do some recording up there. But again, guys, go check him out. Great guy. He is a veteran. He's a Royal Navy veteran. And he does handmade carvings, reasonably priced, good stuff. So yeah, definitely go check him out. All right, guys and girls, you take care. I will speak very, very soon. Ta-da.